but am I studying effectively? What's going to be most relevant to your exams? Aesthetic notes aren't really needed. I look like this. So so freaking tired and burnt out. I stay away from toxic people and Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you don't know who I am, I'm Lydia and I'm a rising freshman at UC San Diego. So, in honor of back to school season, I thought that I will hop onto here and make a video for you guys about realistic back to school tips that you can use to do well this school year and actually end off your school year in good shape. Because I trust that we've all had that experience where you start off the school year really motivated, but towards the end of the school year, you're kind of burnt out, kind of drained, and you just want the school year to end already. Yeah, hopefully this video will help you avoid that and make this year a good year from beginning to end. Now, the first area that we are going to talk about is your grades. If you're looking to improve your grades this year and become a straight A student, then listen up. The first thing that you should ask yourself is, oh, I'm studying, but am I studying effectively? When we're studying, I trust that most of us are looking to get the most done while putting in the least effort possible. And here's how you can do that. Firstly, and most importantly, listen to what your teachers are saying in class. I cannot emphasize this enough. There are three main reasons as to why that's so important. The first being that the content that they are covering are probably what's going to be most relevant to your exams. Now, if you guys know from experience, the syllabus they give us is usually so freaking long, and there are tons of stuff that are kind of irrelevant and actually won't ever get tested in your exams. So, by listening to what your teacher is actually choosing to cover in class, they can help you weed out what's not so important and focus your time on studying what's going to be tested. This was especially applicable to me for, I think, biology, because when I took biology, I remember the syllabus textbook that they gave us was so long, there was so many stuff included in the notes, but what actually ended up being tested on the exam is a lot less than what's the notes covered. So it's really important for you to listen in class and pick out what the teachers say is important in the material and that you need to work on. Besides that, the second reason applies for more STEM-related classes. For STEM-related classes, if your teacher is the kind to take a question and solve it on the whiteboard for you, then make sure to listen and follow along carefully because you need to understand their thought process. This is so important because for STEM classes like chemistry or biology, whenever you encounter free response questions that are, for example, 3 or 4 marks, there are actually a lot of things that you can write because biology concepts are always interlinked. So if you really wanted to, you could literally fit so much stuff within the question. But whether they are relevant or not is a different question. So when you're in class and your teacher is, for example, doing a sample question and they're writing down their entire thought process, you need to follow along because you need to learn what their thought process is so you can digest it and apply it for your own use in future answering questions. Okay, let's move on to the next thing that I want to talk about, which is to do your homework on time. Now, I know in high school and in just school in general, there's always tons and tons of work that are always waiting to be completed. And if you just slack off for one moment, then it's going to pile up even more. So to avoid that and all the additional stress that comes with that, it is best for you to do your homework on time. Furthermore, if you do your homework on time, then you'll be able to kind of follow along what your teacher is talking about the next day in class. For me personally, whenever we did homework, our teacher will go through the homework the next day in class. So in order for you to understand what the teacher is actually talking about, you need to have done your homework in advance. The third most important thing, do your past year exam papers. When you do the past year exam papers, you will be able to do it closed book and you are able to test your existing knowledge. If you do have your notes open in front of you when you're doing your regular homework, you might think that you already understood the course material when in reality, when it's under closed book conditions, you realize that you didn't actually digest it fully. So it's very important for you to do your past year exam papers and it will help you to figure out whether you have truly absorb the course material or whether it needs additional review. Secondly, when you are doing your past year papers, chances are there will be answer sheets that are included. So it's very important for you to cross-check your answer with the answer rubric to figure out what you had missed, what you got wrong, and perhaps areas of better phrasing in your answers. I think this is especially important for humanities classes like history because you have to write a lot of essays. So when you cross-check your essays, you might realize that, hey, there's actually something that is missing from my essay that is included in the answering rubric. So that is important for you to note so you can actually use it and make sure your answer is complete in the actual exam. Okay, moving on to the next tip. I don't know whether this tip is going to be a little controversial, but I'm just going to share it with you guys. It is about how aesthetic notes are really needed to succeed. Now, if you're on Pinterest like me, chances are you have scrolled past those really aesthetic studying posts where they have cute highlighters, really neat handwriting, and all of their notes looks like it straight up got printed from a printer. It might work for other people to have this kind of aesthetic notes, but it just didn't work for me personally. I found that whenever I had to write aesthetic notes like that, I would be putting in too much effort to make my notes aesthetic rather than actually retaining the information that I'm writing down. So instead, the study method that actually works more effectively for me is literally just taking scrap papers, like those papers that you can throw away afterwards. For example, old school notes and stuff that you won't use anymore, and you use the empty side of the notes and you jot down everything that you want to memorize. And you can jot as ugly as possible in the ugliest handwriting ever and write messily and just jot because the main thing that you want to do is to retain the knowledge in your head, and that can be achieved just by doing scrap paper. I was retaining knowledge super fast and super effectively, and that's what worked for me. On that note, I think everyone's study methods are different, and what works for me might not work for everyone else. So if you find that a specific study method works best for you in retaining information, just stick with that. The last tip that I have is kind of for those more content-heavy subjects. So I actually took the A-levels, and for all those A-level survivors out there, you guys understand how content-heavy the A-level syllabus is. Like for each subject, there are so many chapters involved, and there is so many things to memorize and digest. So whenever I did practice papers, I found that I was not only writing down my answers and kind of familiarizing the content that I already had in my head, but I was also learning more content, learning new content that I had missed out from the syllabus previously. Whenever I encountered content like that, I would tell myself to use a red pen to underline this new content that I learned and store it. So in the future, whenever I go back to look at this exam paper, I will get reminded of this part of the content that I missed, so I won't miss it again. Like I would remember this new syllabus material in my head. And going on the lines of using different colored pens, I recommend for you guys to have 3 pens available in your pencil case. One is the pen color that you usually use to answer questions. For me, this was usually dark blue, so that's the pen that I use. And another one is to have a green pen in your pocket. Green pen is for correction. So this applies for when you get something wrong or you found that there is a better way for you to phrase your answer. You can use this green pen to write it out. So next time when you're reviewing these past exam papers or notes that you have written, you can just focus on learning the green pen area instead of looking at the entire sheet, which is probably filled with so many stuff. And the third one is to have the red pen that I talked to you guys about. You might not have to be a red pen, it can be like a red highlighter as well. Just something that you can use to kind of let yourself know that this is new course material that you previously didn't know existed. Okay, next up, let's move on to how you can glow up for the school year. So, last time I used to look like this. And now I look like this. So personally, I think I got quite a big glow up, and my friends have also told me that, oh girl, you have glowed up so much over the past few years. So I think I can share some insights about this. When we're talking about glowing up, we essentially need to focus on improving 4 areas. The first being hairstyle, second is your skincare and makeup, third your outfit, and fourth is your confidence. So the first things first, let's talk about hairstyle. So for all of my gorgeous people out there who want to glow up even more, hair is actually like a really important thing that you need to take a look at. It's something that I think is commonly forgotten about whenever it comes to glow up, but it actually plays a big part in how in shaping your face shape. Now, I feel that personally, I don't look my best whenever I have my hair down because I have kind of like a squarish face that is also round at the bottom. So if I do have my hair down completely like this, I don't look my best because this kind of covers up my side jawline, so it kind of makes my face look more bloated. Rather, I have chosen to kind of wear my hair up. I found that I look better with my hair just out of my face in general, whether it is braids or ponytails, because then it kind of makes the facial lines on my face clearer. Therefore, it's really important for you to kind of figure out what hairstyle suits your face shape and your personality the most, and you can explore that by searching online. There are different haircuts available that suits different facial features. If you have an oval face shape, the hairstyle that suits you will be different from what suits my face shape the most. So you guys can go out and explore. There are tons and tons of videos here available on YouTube. Besides hairstyle, I'm also going to talk about hair care. Now, Pookies, I used to think that hair care is something that is not important at all. Now, I was the kind of girl, whenever it came to hair care, to just jump into the shower, shampoo my hair, and call it a day. But I've since realized that that is not good for my hair in the long run. So my hair now is a lot more voluminous and shiny than it used to be, and that's because I have added additional steps to my hair care routine. The three main things that you guys really need is conditioner, hair mask, and hair oil. These are the three things that have allowed my hair to become more voluminous and stronger. I used to suffer from hair thinning issues as well. It might be the hormones, it might be puberty, but I used to have such a big bald spot on my head, and it made me so insecure. But ever since I started like taking care of my hair more and using my conditioner, hair mask, hair oil, my hair has been in such good quality now, and my bald spots has also became significantly smaller. Why am I showing you guys my bald spot? So okay, we keep it real here, okay? I'm gonna show you guys. My bald spot used to be a lot bigger and it used to be a lot worse. Now, you guys are already so beautiful and gorgeous, so the makeup style that you choose should be something that suits your features, enhances its look, rather than making your features seem more dull in comparison. And this might differ for everyone. If you guys haven't heard of it, there's also this thing called visual weight. So you can check it out. There are tons of TikToks and Google searches about it. But basically, whether you have a high or low visual weight will determine the kind of makeup that suits your features. So for me personally, I have a lower visual weight, meaning that I don't have features that are super sharp. So the makeup style that suits me is kind of more soft and natural looking, rather than those other style of makeup where it kind of emphasizes your features even more. Once you find a makeup style that you like, stick with it and get good at it. Eventually, you'll be able to get it done in such a short time, and you'll be able to use it as your everyday makeup for school. The style that I personally currently use is the Douyin makeup style. So like it kind of emphasizes your features while also still being natural. And I really like it because it's something that is relatively effortless. A makeup newbie, if I can do it, you can do it, okay? Because I am so bad at makeup. I'm such a makeup newbie. Now that we're done with makeup, let's move on to talk about skincare. So the kind of skincare that you need will really depend on what your skin type is. There are a few kinds, the first being dry skin. So you will have like kind of like drier skin that needs a lot of moisture. The second one is normal/combination skin, where you have mostly dry skin, but there are also areas where it kind of gets more oily. And the last one is oily/more acne prone skin. So for me personally, I have normal to combination skin. So the skincare that I use more often is predominantly focused on improving and providing moisture to my skin rather than any other effects. So makeup products that I would recommend as well, like skincare products. The first one being the Doctor Toner. I've been using it a lot. It's pretty good. I feel like it really provides moisture to my skin, and if I'm really feeling lazy on the night, I'll just slap the toner on and go to bed. The second one being the Torridon Diving Serum. This is so good. I love this. This is, I think I'm on my second bottle already since I bought it. It's really nice because it has, acid inside, and it can help you to really replenish the moisture in your skin. If you guys have different skin types from me, it is quite important that you guys pick out the specific skincare that are targeted towards your skin's needs. So you can totally take a look online. There are tons of information available out there where they can help you to figure out the skincare products that are best suited for your skin. I've also got to emphasize the importance of not getting skincare that are irrelevant for you. So for example, if you're still young, like you're a teenager, you're still in your teens, there's really no need for you to really get those makeup products that are meant for people that are outside of your age group. So for example, right now I'm 19, I wouldn't be using something that helps to prevent aging or wrinkles because that is not really applicable for me at the moment. This is so important because if you end up putting too much skincare that are irrelevant on your face, it can cause even more breakouts and for your skin to be irritated and inflamed, and we don't want that to happen. Next, let's move on to outfits. So there are tons of trends out there that are always coming and going. Just this year we've had coquette, balletcore, blockhead, blah blah blah. Now, I love trends. I feel that there is nothing wrong with buying trendy pieces. However, if you're looking to throw on like an outfit quickly for school, it might be beneficial for you to also get in some basic essential pieces for your wardrobe that you can just throw on and go out of the door. So I have a list here, the first being some t-shirts, like different size t-shirts like oversized, body hugging, cropped. Also, different types of tank tops in different colors like black and white. The third being different jeans. Get one baggy jeans, please. It will really help you to stay stylish but also comfortable in class. You don't want to be in your standing jeans all day, and once you sit down, like it feels like you feel like it's so tight around your stomach and so uncomfortable. We don't want that to happen. So get a pair of baggy jeans as well. Fourth one, get some long sleeves because it will really help for you to layer your outfits if it's fall or winter. 5, hoodies. It's so comfortable, it helps you keep you warm in class, and it's also really stylish. Also, sweatpants. Sweatpants. I feel like we all start off the school year with trying to get into like jeans and stuff like that, but eventually we'll just be wearing our sweatpants because at one point in our school year where we are so tired and we don't give an F about fashion anymore, we just want comfort, and I think sweatpants are a key thing to providing us that. So please have some sweatpants backed up in your closet so you can survive the school year. Lastly, get a good jacket that you can throw on. So for me personally, I have this brown crop jacket that I've had since 2020 and I've still been wearing it even now because it is a jacket that can literally be paired with everything and anything. So whenever I have an event going on or just anything in my life, I will bring that jacket with me because it is comfortable and it makes me feel good. So please have a jacket, like an everything jacket that you guys can wear. The last thing that I want to talk about is confidence, guys. All of my watchers, you guys are beautiful. You guys are pretty, you guys are fantastic, you are amazing, you are gorgeous human beings, okay? I feel like confidence is something that's so important because whenever we are confident, I feel like we just look so much more charismatic, and I feel like the same outfit, whenever you're more confident, it just looks even better than it is. Okay, so guys, confident. Next, let's move on to talk about how you can make sure that you have a good physical and mental health this school year. First things first, you guys need to try to get 7 hours of sleep minimally. Okay, 7 hours minimally. Do not try to survive the school year on 5, 6, 4, 3 hours, 2 hours of sleep. You guys won't, like towards the end of the school year, you'll be so effing burnt out. So don't try that. When I was doing my A-levels last year, there was one point where I think I tried to survive on 5 to 6 hours of sleep, sometimes 4 even, on a daily basis. And by the end of the year, I was so freaking tired and burnt out. I had zero motivation, zero energy to do any more studying. And I think that really affected my physical and mental health. Please guys, sleep enough. Getting 4 hours of sleep on a weekday and trying to replenish your sleep debt on the weekends isn't going to work. You need to sleep at least 7 hours consistently in order for you to feel energized for the entire year. Next, I know this is difficult because social media and the digital world is so enticing, it's so fun. But please try to get out and don't be cooped up in your room all day. Trust me when I say that cooping up in your room, right? It will make you feel good in the short run, but I think in the long run, it can get kind of tiring when it comes to like sitting there all day long. At least it was for me. Whenever I was in my room, and I sat on my chair for like 5 to 6 hours at once, I will feel so sore, like my back will feel so sore. So guys, please try to stay active and don't be cooped up in your room all day. I'm not saying that you have to like hit the gym or anything like that. That's not necessary. That is too tiring and honestly not very realistic because something like hitting the gym out is just not for me personally. So instead, I suggest like if you guys want to like walk your dog or just go for like a short walk in the park, it will really help to like stretch your muscles and also clear your head because nature is actually really healing. Like the park is such a healing place. I feel like I used to like this and nature, like, oh, nature, like what's it gonna do for me? But it actually was really useful. So guys, whenever you guys feel like you need to take a little break, get out of your room and go explore your neighborhood. Okay, the next thing that I want to talk about is to stay away from toxic people and people that are bringing your energy down. Now, with the school being so big, right, you're going to encounter tons and tons of people on a daily basis. And if you do end up interacting with people that you find doesn't really help in terms of your energy, like they bring your energy levels down, you feel really drained after talking to them, it might be good for you to try to distance yourself a little bit to protect your peace. I trust that most of us have probably encountered the kind of people before where you thought someone was your friend, then they ended up backstabbing you and stuff like that. So when that does happen, we should try to like distance ourselves from these kind of toxic people because if we interact with them more, it can really bring down our entire like mental health for the school year because we're so fixated on like our conflicts with them that it affects our mood and therefore like our ability to do any other things besides think about this person and the things that they did to us. Your time and energy are precious and you shouldn't spend it on people who aren't deserving of it. Okay, we have now come to the back to school essentials part of the video. I've actually written down a list for this, but basically it is really important that you pack a hygiene pack, aka a little pouch where you can store all things related to your hygiene. The first thing that you should put into the pack is tissues. Okay, I can't believe how many people around me didn't have tissues with them. Like, our school is low-key like a really gross environment. There are tons of germs and bacteria, and tissues are important. You're also going to be sweating all day long, probably if it's summer. Well, I did because I live in a Southeast Asian country with a tropical weather. So if you end up sweating all day long, you're going to want to have some tissues available in your bag just to like wipe up the sweat. Hopefully not tears from a math test, but you know, tissues are always you never know when it's gonna come in handy. Secondly, period pads and tampons for the days of the girlhood where you need it. Third, make sure to bring some floss. You know how in school when you eat something, sometimes a chunk of food might get stuck in your teeth and you can't really get it out with your fingers or tongue, like because it's stuck really deep inside your teeth. Yeah, floss will come and save your day. If not, it's just gonna be really irritating all day long. Like you'll feel something in your teeth and it's super uncomfortable. So yeah, make sure to pack some floss. If you have oily skin, or if you have like combination skin like me, make sure to bring some oil papers. What is that called? What's it called? Oil papers? Like those like oil absorbing papers. This one. So the school environment is probably going to make you sweat a lot and it will also make your skin produce a lot of oil. So it's for times like this where you need to pack some oil papers so you can absorb the oil. If not, if you touch your face, it can feel kind of gross with all the oil. And the last thing that I also think is the most important thing. Make sure to bring some sweets or mints or gum that will help you last throughout the day. I can't tell you how many times I've been through like half of the school day and I feel like absolute crap. like I just want to go home, but I can't because I still have lessons in the afternoon. Yeah, whenever you have that kind of feeling, just take some sweets from your bag and pop it in your mouth. You'll feel so much better, trust me. And it's even better if you pick sweets that you really like. So whenever you eat one of those, you'll feel so happy. You know, it will really like keep you motivated to finish the school day, because like sugar gives you a little like dopamine boost, so it will help you to last through the school day. And that's it, guys. We have come to the end of the video. I really hope that this video has been helpful for you guys. I tried to summarize down everything that I think really helped me survive my high school. There's actually a list on Google Docs that I've written down just for this video. So I really hope that you guys find these tips helpful. And yeah, I wish you guys a great school year ahead. I love you guys. Bye bye.